What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American Politics, back again with a new video. And today, we have a major development happening in a key battleground state for the 2022 Senate elections. That is right, folks. We'll be discussing the state of New Hampshire today, specifically Don Bolduc, the Republican candidate for the New Hampshire Senate spot, has gotten a key endorsement, and somebody that's going to be barnstorming the state for Bolduc, Tulsi Gabbard. Now, on paper, this may not sound like that big of a deal, but when you look at the details, you look at all the fine print, this is huge. This, in my opinion, is a massive development in the state of New Hampshire. So big that I think there's a shot that Bolduc could seriously pull it off now. Earlier, I was at 70-30 that Democrats would win the state. But after this story, and the fact that you look at past election results in New Hampshire, I personally think that Tulsi Gabbard's endorsement moved this race to 60-40 Democrat instead of 70-30. And I'll explain why in a little bit. Now, before I forget, of course, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit the little bell, and also join the channel. That is right, folks. For just 10 cents a day, you can join Real American Politics. Only 10 cents a day. That is such a good deal. I recommend you join today, as it's only 10 cents a day to keep the daily content going. We all love that daily content. So I hope you join today. Alright, folks, let's get into today's video. So Tulsi Gabbard has endorsed Don Bolduc. Okay, whatever. Why does this matter? Well, this is what people need to understand about the state of New Hampshire. All I'm going to say is this. I'm not going to go in detail. I think I made a video on it already. This is one of the most politically unique states in the entire country. Historically, it's always been an anti-war libertarian state. Absolutely. Even today, it's still an anti-war libertarian state, but it is moving to the left. You got more left-leaning libertarian types that are anti-war moving into the state of New Hampshire from states like Massachusetts, etc. And those are the type of voters that Tulsi Gabbard's endorsement, I do think, could play a serious role in this election. Now, before we continue why this is important, we gotta learn New Hampshire's history. So, let's look at this. In 2016, Hassan beat the incumbent by 1,000 votes. 2010, we go here. Oh yeah, excuse me, folks. There we go. Yeah, so you look here, folks. In 2016, Hassan only won this race by 1,000 votes. Okay, you could say it was a close election, so what? So what? This wasn't against an incumbent. And this is the thing about New Hampshire you need to understand. Everybody knows, presidential level, they hate incumbents. That's just a fact. They vote against the incumbent basically every single time. Like, they trend against the incumbent. But this is the key thing about New Hampshire. They also don't like incumbents if they don't like them. If you're underwater in the state of New Hampshire as an incumbent, they're more than willing to throw you out. And Maggie Hassan, not that well liked in the state of New Hampshire. So when you look at history, again, I recommend you look at past results in New Hampshire. You notice a trend. If the approval rating of the senator, governor, whatever, isn't good in the state of New Hampshire, they get thrown out. It's just a fact. It's not like Wisconsin where Ron Johnson, they claim that he's only at 37% approval. He still wins. New Hampshire's one of those states where if you don't have an approval rating positive, you're screwed. It's just a fact. And she is not that well liked. But again, notice the key number, 1,000 votes. Hey, how many votes did Tulsi Gabbard get in 2020? 9,000 votes. 9,000 votes. You see what I'm getting at here, folks. Let's say just half of these voters, all right, are going to vote. And let's say just half of them vote, let's say actually 75% of them actually vote for Don Bolduc because of Tulsi's endorsement. Do some basic math. Hassan would lose in that scenario by a few hundred votes. And Tulsi Gabbard has a unique appeal with those left-leaning libertarian types. So this 9,000 could be a bit more, as New Hampshire's general electorate is becoming more of a left-leaning, libertarian, anti-war state. And that was my one concern about Don Bolduc this entire time. War. New Hampshire is an anti-war state to the extreme. They were against the War of 1812 200 years ago. That's the type of voter we're talking about. And again, I know it's 200 years ago, but they pretty much have stayed the same ideology-wise, the same for 200 freaking years. That's the type of state we're talking about. And that was the problem with Bolduc I feared. I feared his certain statements about war could have potentially hurt badly for Bolduc, because he said some stuff that he shouldn't have said, and I feared that was it. Well, if you get somebody like Tulsi, who is vehemently against war, look at what she said about Russia, Ukraine, etc. She's not a pro-war candidate. She's definitely anti-war. And this could also bring over some of those independent-minded voters in New Hampshire. You know, those that, they kind of like somebody like Andrew Yang before he, well, went off the rails. Somebody like Tulsi Gabbard, you know, they traditionally vote Democrat, but they do have an independent mind. They're not in the freaking hive mind that is the Democrat Party. I think those type of voters could be swaying over to Bolduc if she does, in fact, barnstorm the state for Don Bolduc, which I think she will. She already said she will do a couple of rallies for him. So I think with all that in mind, there is a serious shot here for Don Bolduc to win now. I think earlier, again, I said 70-30 before this endorsement. Now I say 60-40. I truly think that. I truly think it's 60-40 in favor of Hassan, all right? It's getting closer, but that key endorsement, I truly believe that endorsement could give Bolduc the edge he needs to seriously win this race. And again, the polling has been a bit Hassan-friendly, but again, this is polling we're talking about, not necessarily the best in the world. But Trafalgar, you know, last month, had him only down by 3 points. When some of those undecideds over, you got a ball game here. You 100% got a ball game in the state of New Hampshire. And that's why I think this Tulsi endorsement is a lot bigger than some people think. Yes, it's only like 9,000 voters or something like that. It could be a little bit more. We just got to see. But again, past results, Hassan won by 1,000 votes. Do some basic math. Majority of these voters go for Bolduc because of the endorsement. Senator Bolduc has a legitimate shot of happening. So folks, that's why I'm saying this endorsement is key. We gotta really pay attention to see what happens the next couple of weeks, because it absolutely could be a game changer for Don Bolduc. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow that mysterious Twitter account, and also join the channel. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.